Hey guys, Parker here with Tech Talks for You, and today I would like to review my favorite iPhone yet, the iPhone 6s Plus. So the iPhone 6s Plus comes in at one of the smallest cameras that Apple has produced at a 29mm lens, yet is a 12 megapixel camera capable of shooting 2160p video at 30 frames per second. The iPhone 6s Plus has a autofocus lens as well as the iPhone 6s. It has different modes that allow you to do everything from just a normal photo to a square photo. You can shoot panoramas as well as slow-mo and time-lapse video. So the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus have features that are only on them. And that feature, the main one, is Force Touch. So with Force Touch, as you can see if you'll watch the monitor, as I push down, it moves the background. And that's just by how hard I push. Some other Force Touch features include on the camera, if you push down a little bit harder, you get features such as take a selfie, record a video, record slow-mo, or take a photo. You can do the same thing on messages. You can see people that you've recently texted and tap right on them to open their messages and quickly send them a message. As well as in mail. If you open up your emails and you hold down on an email, it gives you a preview, and then if you push down just a little bit more, it'll open the message fully. So Force Touch right now is only available in a few apps outside of the Apple apps that come preloaded on the phone. It's available in apps like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and even Spotify. But right now, it's kind of limited to what Apple has put out on their phones. In the future, though, it could potentially become part of gaming software where the harder you push, the faster you shoot, or aiming and games and stuff like that. But right now, it is just on Apple apps with a few exceptions. The iPhone 6s weighs around 5.4 ounces, give or take, while the 6s Plus weighs a mere 6.77 ounces. Not heavy for a phone, but because it's made with a thicker aluminum than the iPhone 6, to correct the bending problem, it does weigh a little bit more, but it feels a little bit sturdier. It has non-shatter Gorilla Glass, so that comes in pretty handy. If you drop and break your phone easily, it's not going to shatter and cut your fingers while you're using it. The display on the iPhone 6s is 4.7 inches. On the 6s Plus, it's 5.5 inches. And they both come with the Retina HD display, which is a crystal clear display. Great for watching videos and looking at pictures close up. You can get the phone was originally made in a 16, 64, and 128 gig. Now Apple only makes a 32 and 128 gig of storage. Still plenty of storage for shooting all your pictures and videos and everything that you could possibly want to do. The iPhone 6s and 6s Plus come in four different colors. They come in rose gold, gold, silver, and space gray. All of which are great colors. I prefer the silver myself, but that is just the choice of preference. I think they all look really good. Cut. So as many people know, the iPhone doesn't only have a rear-facing camera, it has a front-facing camera as well. That camera can be used for taking selfies, on a FaceTime call, Skype, anything like that. So the front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel camera. It can shoot 120p HD recording, which is really good, but compared to a Samsung, it may not be the best. Though one feature that Apple has integrated into the iPhone 6s is the Retina Flash. And what that does is it simply flashes the screen when you take a picture. So as you can see here, I'm just going to take a picture with Retina Flash turned on. And the screen flashes, which acts as a flash while the camera's taking the picture, which is an awesome feature that Apple should have integrated a long time ago. So since the update of iOS 10 came out, we all know that there's some really cool features in the messaging app. So when you receive a text message, your screen lights up and it's going to look slightly different. You're going to get more of a square design around the message. Now on the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus, you can use 3D touch to respond to a message by simply pressing on it, and it pops up where you can simply respond in the lock screen. Now, in the actual messaging app itself, we see that we can do some really interesting things. Some of these things include sending messages with your heartbeat in them, or sending digital touch messages. So sending a heartbeat or any digital touch message, it pulls up a little screen and you can tap and it'll send circles, or if you hold down, it'll send other things. If you move your finger, it'll simply draw and then send that to the person. At the same time, you can send a message with effects. So I'm going to send this message with some screen effect. And what that's going to do is I'm going to send it with, let's say, send it with balloons. And then when he gets the message, it's going to put balloons across the entire screen, which I think is a really cool feature that Apple has incorporated, as well as if he sends something to me with or if I send something to him and I can make it do invisible ink, for instance, where when you send invisible ink, they can't see it until they move their finger across it, which I find as a really interesting feature that Apple has very well incorporated into iOS 10. Alright guys, so the last thing that at least I find important about an iPhone, or any phone in general, is how long it takes it to start and shut down. So obviously my phone's turned on, so let's time it. Here I've got my little iPhone 4S, and we'll see how long it takes to shut down. Now if you don't know how to turn off an iPhone, it's really easy. All you have to do is hold down the lock button on the side and you get the little swipe to turn off, and then you're going to take it and slide it. So I'm going to set it down here so I can slide it and power it off at the same time and start the timer. Alright, so let's have at it. Okay, so this phone shut down in a mere 4 seconds. That is pretty impressive. So now let's turn on the phone and see how long it takes to turn it on. So it turns on the same way you turned it off. Really simple, just hold it down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and power it on and start my timer. Already at 10 seconds. Kind of a slow startup on these phones. As with most phones, it got up in about 19 seconds, which still, versus a Samsung, is pretty impressive. Alright guys, so in my opinion, the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus are two great phones. I highly recommend both of them. So the iPhone 6s starts at a price of $549 and goes all the way up to $649. Not a bad price for a smartphone on today's market. The 6s Plus, on the other hand, starts at a price of $649 and goes all the way up to $749. But remember, that is not including a case, and I do recommend cases for all phones, especially since they are so expensive. You don't want to break them. Hey guys, Park here with Tech Talks for You, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I invite you to subscribe down here if you haven't already, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter right here.